Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories like these. Now, let's get into today's story video. Am I losing her? My girlfriend advised me to keep the relationship going since she was very busy with school and job. We live in separate states, so it's difficult to make time to visit, and even when we do, it's just for one day. Anyway, my girlfriend has recently become distant and cold, and when I confronted her about it, she said it's because she is overwhelmed and stressed about school and work, and she said, "My heart and my feelings are completely for you, but I really don't have the time or the mental energy to be in a relationship. I feel like I'm not giving you what you deserve, so I'm asking if you can wait for me until I get my *T together." When I asked if there was another man or anything that drove her away from me, she said, "I don't think no one will ever top you. I just feel guilty for not treating you right, and I honestly don't have the time." We still talk, text, and FaceTime. We still have the photographs, but now we communicate as friends, but the love and care are still there. I just don't know what to do, and I need advice. I'm scared that after all of this, she will state that she is happy where we are as friends and will not return to a relationship. This took a lot of thought before publishing, and I'm scared she views it in some way. Please assist a lover. Update 1. It's me again. I'm new to this, so I'm not sure how to edit a post, but my girlfriend told me a week ago that it's better if we take the relationship down a notch and work on a friendship. She also mentioned that she loves me deeply, and no one can compare to what I gave her in terms of love, affection, and it just so happened that I moved to a different state and now she's overwhelmed with school and work. And doesn't she still text me about her day? She still snaps me when she's getting ready. She still sends videos that I asked her why she sends. She said I pretend that you're on FT with me because you're at work and I can't FT you. She says she wants to call late at night to say goodnight, and we still have locations shared with each other. And we messed around moments after Let's Be Friends, and she showed that she wanted more than I did. I keep asking her if she has another guy in her life. She says no, and when I question it, she is talking to anybody. She says without hesitation, "Just you." She continues repeating that she wants things to be well between us and that she wants us back, but she is the one who left the relationship. And when I told her that since we're friends, we shouldn't screw around, she answered with a sorrowful tone, "Well, if that's what you want." Now, I'm not sure whether that's her method of putting me at rest or if she's telling the truth. Is she lying to me and saying all that to put me at ease until she's ready to say it, or is it real? Since no one leaves something they genuinely love unless they're uncertain about it. I've been thinking all day and night, but I can't stop myself. I despise my parents, I despise the scenario. And my brother is a jerk about it. Please assist. Remember, I'm a 23-year-old man and she's a 21-year-old woman. Update 2. We started in mid-June and everything seemed too good to be true. She was the one who started everything, hangouts, texting, calling, and even like touching, kissing, or even. I'm a shy dude and she told me that everyone before me started stuff just to get in her pants and then left her. Sometime in November, she began hanging around in the parking lot of her workplace, in the furthest parking area during her breaks or lunches. I tried calling her many times, but she never responds, although she used to answer. She continued to do this throughout the month of December. She also stole other bracelets that I had taken away from her. But she continued going with me, chatting, and having our FaceTimes and all the other relationship stuff. Even on Christmas, she gave me a job. I attempted to get it in, but it never came through, so I ate her out before we went back to her parents' home. On January 1st, her sister phoned to tell me that she saw my girlfriend standing between someone's legs at work, appearing quite personal. Her sister even informed me that she was flirting with other guys. On January 22, she told me that she has no time to be in a relationship and that she wants to focus on school and work. She also said, "I want to be your friend so I can say I married my best friend and my lover." I called her BS but continued anyway. That day she took my hand in her pants to finger her, and even before that she was acting very, despite the fact that we said we were just friends. We went on no contact on January 28, after lying to me about just talking to you and only needing a friend, not a lover. After beating myself up because I thought I'd done something wrong, one of her friends informed me that she'd been going to the gym with someone from work, and it was the same guy her sister warned me about, the same guy my ex instructed me to contact and see what he'd say. Not only that, but they kiss at the end of each set. I am horrified and heartbroken, as though I gave her all I had, fought against everyone for her, and treated her like a queen, And yet this is what I get cheated on, with someone who isn't even on my level or higher. I simply need advice on how to let go of the memories. I despise my automobile and despise myself for falling so deeply in love with her. And I despise looking at the things I wore on Christmas. Someone please assist me. I know it was my fault from the beginning. My gut instinct was correct, but I simply didn't want to believe. 6 months were nothing of her. Story 2. Bipolar wife cheated and is now on her second failed marriage with a child involved. Hello everyone, this is my first post here, and I'm a little numb right now, not knowing whether I was played or not. I, 26 male, encountered my ex, 27 female, on Facebook in 2017. I had known her since 2010, but mainly via common acquaintances when she reached out to me. She said that she had a crush on me since high school, that she was just divorced, and that she wanted to know if I was interested in going on a date. I accepted her offer, and we appeared to fall in love soon after. We linked very instantly since she had a kid from her former marriage, who was around 2 years old at the time. The father was missing, according to her, and didn't want anything to do with her, so I gradually became more of a father figure to her, and now I'm all she knows and I'm parenting her as my own. My ex informed me she was pregnant 3 months into the relationship, despite the fact that she was purportedly on birth control and had her tubes sealed. She lied to me about using birth control, and after much deliberation, we chose to keep the kid and do our best. This was a significant red signal at the time, but I still loved her and forgiven her for the lie because I'm a thing DB. Our kid was born on July 18, 2018, and a year later we married, a major wedding financed by her parents, and moved into our marital house, which was donated to us by her parents. We paid rent which went towards the mortgage. Because I realized how oddly my wife would respond to the tiniest things, our marriage began to deteriorate. She'd get into these moods where something would set her off and she'd storm off into the bathroom with her phone, and I'd have to leave her alone for hours to cool down. This was occasionally caused by my looking at her the wrong way. It was ridiculous how anything might set her off. We had a large quarrel one night because she had squandered all of our funds and had nothing to show for it, as well as no explanation for why she did it. She slashed my palm open with a mirror shard from a mirror she shattered during the argument that night. I have never threatened her or put my hands on her in any manner, shape, or form. This episode prompted us to take her to a doctor, where she was diagnosed with bipolar 2 condition. Years pass, and she seems to be more stable as a result of her medicine, but she is no longer the same. She's cold and distant, and she never seems to want to go out with us the way we used to. S was fairly consistent, about once a week, and I kept my mouth shut despite many attempts to speak to her about how I thought she was avoiding me, to which she claimed anything was wrong. She willingly resigned her job to be a stay-at-home parent, while I worked full-time and cared for the kids / cleaned the house on my days off. Even when she was aloof, she would say how much she loved me and how happy she was with our relationship. It all comes to a climax around 3 months ago when she begins taking a new SRI and begins depleting our funds, leaving me at home with the kids while she goes on unusually lengthy midnight dog walks and creates disputes only to leave the house for hours at a time. She changes the password on her phone and begins getting out in the middle of the night to use the restroom and text for hours. When I question her about it, she erupts in rage and rushes away. She barred every female Facebook friend I had. I was completely faithful to her and never even looked at another lady. And one night, I came home to an empty house. No wife, no children, and a letter declaring that she is divorcing me because she is unhappy and has been for a long time. She tells her parents she wants a divorce because of the bickering in front of the kids, which I agree is not acceptable, and she tells me it's because she's unhappy. While her parents are upset about the divorce, in her own words, I was the only guy she had that they liked. They go ahead and pay for the lawyer again for her second divorce in 7 years, involving another kid and another soon-to-be ex-husband. We signed documents, no alimony or child support for my son, since I never legally adopted my daughter, despite my best intentions, during which she puts on an Oscar-worthy act, wailing as soon as I come in and constantly stating she needs to vomit up. Meanwhile, I'm trying not to weep, but I simply couldn't help myself and wept the whole way home. My ex phoned to tell me she was going to work on herself and then possibly reunite with me later. My heart was crushed, but I tried to remain positive and didn't want to lose her, so I decided to reconcile. I pick up our kids for the first visitation and asked my daughter how her week has been, and she informs me that my ex already has a new boyfriend staying over at the home. We literally signed divorce papers 5 days prior. She then informed me that when we were still married, this guy would come over and have sleepovers with my ex while I was at work. I'm upset, and I feel like I've been duped my whole life, wasting 5 years of my life with someone who never really loved me and just needed someone to support her. My children are already dealing with the effects of the divorce, and she has already encircled them with her AP. I'm appalled and devastated. Edit. I believe I understand why she behaved so guilty throughout the divorce now. Whoever this new man is, he's living with her right now, and although it's none of my business, she clearly informed me that the divorce wasn't due to someone else, and that she really wanted me to understand that. What a bunch of garbage. For 5 years, I was exploited by this lady, and every time she fell into a bout of hypomania/despair, I was there to pick up the pieces.